right, now look, today I'm finna show y'all how I made some smothered chicken, and I also made me some quick green beans, semi from scratch with some smoked turkey neck, child. Look, every single time I cook, I'm not fitting to go out to the field and be picking greens, honey. Come on, let me show you how I did it. All right, now let's first work on this chicken. So I got me a couple chicken legs here that I'm going to take over to the sink, get them washed up. But let me go down to seasoning. Smoked paprika, onion powder, garlic powder. That's I saw the tropical one. 1 cube of the Maggi chicken bouillon, black pepper. The buttery poultry blend from Kinder's. I'm also going to be using some avocado oil. 1 can of cream of chicken and mushroom. And then 1 can of cream of chicken with herb. You see that? You see that? You see that? Don't ask me for the damn ingredient list. Now, come on. Now, look. Put yourself in some onion powder, okay? Now, look, y'all know when y'all season the chicken, y'all know how it goes. Be a little bit heavy-handed with everything that's not salt-based so that the seasoning can go through and through. Now, don't go too damn crazy with that song because that song had a little bit of salt in it. Smoked paprika for just a little bit of flavor, so I only do a few dashes of that. Black pepper, add as much as you would like. I'm only going to be adding in 1 cube of the Maggi. And the reason why I'm not being too heavy-handed when it comes to this buttery poultry blend is because, remember, both cans of the cream of mushroom and the cream of chicken also will have a lot of salt. So just be mindful. You can always add salt to a dish, but you can't take it away. Wash your nasty-ass hands. Get your chicken nice and massaged. And then I'm going to put this in the oven, and I'm going to bake it at 375 covered for an hour and 45 minutes. Do not add any water. It's going to release its own natural juices. All right? I'll be back. Okay, so I have 2 10.5-ounce cans. One is cream of chicken with herbs, and then the other is cream of chicken and mushroom. I'm going to add those both into this measuring cup back here. So I have about 20 minutes or so left on that timer for the hour and 45. And as you can see, there's lots of liquid here at the bottom. That's exactly what we want. We're going to take all of the liquid that's in the bottom of that, and we're going to add it to the measuring cup that has the cream of chicken and the cream of mushroom. That's going to help thin it out so that we can pour it back over the top of this. So I've gone ahead and added in that delicious stock, and now I'm going to give this a good whisk. And now I can easily pour it directly over the top of the chicken, just like so. And then we're going to put this back in the oven uncovered for the remainder of the timer. And I'm also going to top it off with just a little bit of parsley. And like I said, I'm just going to go in, just top it off, just a little bit of parsley. And I'm going to place this back in the oven uncovered for the last 15 minutes or so. Total cook time for the chicken was 2 hours, with the last 15 to 20 minutes uncovered so it can get nice and thick. Now let's move on to the green beans. In a large pot, I've added in my smoked turkey necks, which I'm going to cover with just enough water. I'm going to add in a few dashes of the herbes de Provence, bring that up to a boil, place the lid on it, and let it go for about 45 minutes to an hour until the smoked turkey necks become nice and tender, honey. All right, so look, so pretty much what I've done right here is I've pretty much just made me a stock with the smoked turkey necks. I'm only going to add very minimal salt to this because, to me, smoked turkey products in general have a lot of salt in it. So that broth is already going to be salty, in my opinion. So when you go to add your seasonings to this, just be mindful. I'm going to add in just a little bit of garlic powder and onion powder and black pepper. But as far as salt, I'm going to be very light-handed with that. So these smoked turkey necks have essentially been cooking for roughly about 45 minutes, 50 minutes or so at about a steady simmer. So I'm going to go on ahead and take these out. Honestly, it'll just depend on how many you're cooking. You'll know when it's time to take them out when they're fork tender. I'm going to take these out of the pot so that I can shred the meat off of these. You can leave them in whole if you would like, if you just wanted it to be an additional flavor profile, but I actually enjoy eating the meat off of these. So I'm going to take it out, shred the meat off, and then add the meat back into the pot. Now, honey, this is a quick dinner. Not every single time am I making everything from damn scratch or fresh. This is a 3-pound container of cut green beans. I've rinsed them and I've drained them. I'm going to go on ahead and add them directly to this pot. And because these are canned beans, this only needs to be in there about 10 minutes. I'm going to also go on ahead and add in all of that shredded meat. And then I'm going to give this a good old mix. And this is a great way of making yourself some homemade green beans that are like semi from scratch, that'll kind of give you that holiday flavor. Like, I'm not over here picking green beans and doing all that, but because I cooked them in that in the smoked turkey neck broth and added in that herbes de Provence, I'm going to add in maybe about 1 tablespoon of butter, a splash of apple cider vinegar. Baby, about 5-10 minutes later, these damn beans are going to be some kind of good. Okay? And I don't know if I told y'all this or not, but I'm also going to be adding in 1 cube of the Maggi chicken bouillon. Give that a little mix. Look, and just that quick. Try you got yourself some from scratch green beans. It'll do the trick. The flavor profile is there. Just don't overcook them, especially if you're using canned green beans. Try to put the stuff on a plate and call it a day, honey. It ain't that serious. And just like that, honey, you done made yourself a nasty Southern dinner. Don't forget, my pre-sale for my cookbook begins September the 10th, Cultural Mosaic, a food tour around the globe. Get yourself a copy and set the date. That's September the 10th.